Not just a model but a monument, a symbol that truly encapsulated the spirit and essence of Star Trek. Let's build a station, Deep Space Nine. Although it's injected in clear plastic, only the promenade and power core have the windows moulded. The habitat ring, the cross members, the outer docking ring, where most of the windows are, don't have any. The reason for this is because this is the original model kit from AMT. They haven't updated the mould. Instead of going back, redesigning it to place the windows, they just re-released the model as a clear kit, but it's not moulded to be a clear kit, so it kinda defeats the purpose. So the options. Drill using the decal sheets as a guide for the window positions. Photo etch masking, but including shipping that would cost about another €50 to €70 depending on if I'd be hit with a customs charge, and the model was expensive enough. Drill using Tamiya masking sheets and use the grid lines as a gauge, and that's what I'm going with. So off we go. And I'll begin with the power core and promenade. Because these areas do have the windows moulded, I'll light block from the outside and then give them a primer coat. However, after thinking about it, I think it'll be easier to drill the lot, and there's a lot of windows. So I'll mask the areas with Tamiya grid paper and start drilling. The windows of the fusion core are tiny, so I will keep that light block from the outside and scrape them out. Light blocking this one was quite difficult with all the raised detail, so I did both sides black, then gave the insides a coat of aluminium. For the main coat of the station, I'm going with mid-sea grey. Yes, different shots of it varied from light to dark grey, brown and even shades of purple. I always thought it should be a desert yellow khaki brown colour as it was a Cardassian station, but the studio model was grey. It's really up to you and what you see. I'm going with grey as that's what I see. Once done, mask it to spray the structure joints yellow, but I'll mix the flat yellow with some khaki to give it a darker colour. To begin the lighting, I'll use one red LED for the fusion reactor. Add the transfer conduits and put the core together. The top and bottom of the 3 defensive sails light in red, but instead of using LEDs, I'll use fibre optic cable. Spray them black and then mid-grey. Mask and spray the grid areas of the sails. I used hull red. Ops also needs to be lit, so I'll need to drill to allow a clear LED to pass up through the parts. Light block the part and I also added the communication arrays, then spray mid-grey. Then went around it with a pin to mark the windows for Ops and Cisco's office. Give the parts a wash with a dark grey, and I also highlighted some of the panels with a lighter grey. For the lighting, I'll use LED strips and place them around the habitat ring. I'll hot glue the fibre optics from the defensive sails to the LEDs, and join the parts together. They didn't fit together perfectly by any means, so we will need some putty in places, and a light respray. Next up, the docking pylons, 12 parts in total, which will make up the 3 upper and 3 lower pylons. They're all but identical, the only difference is the 3 lower pylons have holes close to the tops to allow the finished kit to sit on the display stand. Once prepped, I'll spray with the mid-sea grey. Then the lighter grey for the raised areas. The sensor pallets, hull red. And a darker grey for the transfer conduits. Then do a wash. So many more windows to do on the outer docking ring. When finally done, light block it, which took several layers due to the raised details. Then the mid-sea grey and mask off to spray the sensor pallets yellow, again mixed with khaki, and I'll do some of the detail a lighter shade of grey and wash it. Now place the lower pylons in place with the cables running up through one of them to join to the rest of the wiring. They leave a fair bit of gapping, so some putty and respray. I'm going to use small LED strips around the ring to light it. Again, light blocking is a nightmare on this thing. Spray the mid-sea grey and then mask to do the sensor pallets the yellow and khaki. Then the lighter grey for highlights and the wash. And put the upper docking ring in place. Red to red and black to black to finish the wiring. Onto the docking ports and bays. First I'll do them black, then grey, and a little bit of silver and yellow detail. And that's that. Deep Space Nine is completed. Very happy the way the paint job came out. I purposely laid the grey wash on thick as I wanted the station looking worn, battle hardened. I like my starships to be pristine, but not this station. The old girl went through a lot over her 7 seasons. From the beginning, the series was given its own distinct look and feel, and it was certainly a grittier vision than what we were used to with the Next Generation, but it always kept true to Star Trek's core values, the philosophy of hope and optimism and the exploration of human values. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a very difficult and challenging build. The light blocking was a nightmare, and the hundreds of windows took me several weeks alone. But all worth it in the end. For now, I leave you with this. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below, along with the notification bell. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. Thank you.